Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
It's hump day.
Mike.
There we go.
I
hated that commercial.
It's a terrible commercial.
I really did.
But it gets annoying enough to where you can use it for something else.
Well, I was going to say, here's what was funny about it. So when I would watch it on TV, it would drive me insane.
Yes.
But
when you did it to somebody else,
but I'm talking insane to slit your wrist with a cheese grater type insane.
Okay, we've been there.
But then I would the next day be like, hey, Mike. Yeah, I would do it to everybody all day long, and it would. I thought it was
the crap out of everybody else.
Right.
Yeah, you were sharing the pain. That's what that's called.
Is that what that is?
That's called sharing the pain.
Spreading it around.
Yes.
Here, guys.
Here, you guys need to feel what I felt yesterday, wherever it is and however it is. But that's not why we're here tonight.
Well, we're usually here because we do a show.
That's right. We're usually here because we do a show.
For some weird reason, we have somebody who actually wants to be on with us.
That's I don't know if it's sharing the pain or not, but we're gonna. I
think it was. No, I think it was because Eden turned around and was talking to her first, and then said, "Hey, you need to go on these guys."
Not to share our pain, but
no,
to share her pain. With us, so she can.
No, to share her pain with her.
Oh, Eden's pain.
Eden's pain of us with everyone else.
I mean, we really do give it to Eden.
That's not funny.
Yes, it is.
That's not.
Yes, it is. I even got a laugh from the guest.
Craig is going to kick your ass. I'm just all I'm going to say.
Oh, gosh, that's so good. All right.
Anyway.
So...
You want to do this again? Or
No.
Okay.
No, we're going to let that ride.
3, 2, 1.
Like that. Yeah, so tonight we have with us Melanie Collette. She is just an amazing person, let's put it that way. She has a radio show herself where it's money talk. She talks money. She's a business lady. She has a ton of information. She has a business degree, and she's also part of the Project 21, or at least she has been in the past. Is that right? Project 21, you're still in there? Right. Yep.
Currently, yes.
Currently, good.
Sweet.
You have a book series coming out, which is hilarious. But I have a bone to pick with you because I found something that you might need to know about your title.
No.
Yes.
What's it?
I found it.
Where's the title? Hold on. Let's see if I can figure it out.
Here's the title.
Okay.
You don't know because you haven't looked it up.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And
are you sure?
Melanie, you don't know either because you haven't seen it yet.
And because the title is a tentative title.
Good.
And
Good.
It's fluid.
Okay, very good.
I'm not
very
married to that.
Like everything else in 2022.
See, I have to.
Liberals like to say.
Okay, so let me go ahead and let you know then. The current name of your book,
the tentative name,
also has a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have a website because I already bought that domain.
It's very true, but it does have a podcast that is specifically tailored to how to be an anti-racist educator.
Good. So there you go.
Actually, the most fabulous thing I've ever heard.
Perfect. Then you're right on point.
Then you're set.
I love it.
It'd be so great. Anyway, so there is a podcast, and I'm not even joking.
Google's thesaurus for other words for angry.
It's the best.
Perturbed? No.
Frustrated.
Agitated.
Is there an E word?
Agitated educator?
No. Is there
needs to be an E?
It has to be an E word. We need alliteration here.
Alliteration is essential. Mm-hmm. So words that mean angry, I think people should come up with them in the comments.
I got the
words that mean angry that begin with E.
We have a thesaurus over here. Hold on, we're gonna dig it up now because that's not. Anyway, while he's digging up the thesaurus, please introduce yourself. Let people know where they can find you, what they can find out about you, and just kind of roll with it.
And how much did Eden pay you to come up?
Thousands of dollars.
I bet. It's torture for you, I'm sure.
It is.
I'm on vacation, so the fact that I had to stay sober all day, I mean, it's quite the sacrifice. I know.
Well,
I'm
you know
sorry.
what? If that was the case, you could have let us know. We have Jameson.
We could have all done a shot.
We could have all done a shot together.
Well, I mean, I only been sipping seltzer and lemon juice. I mean,
all we have is
really, it's the engineer that's. No, I'm just kidding.
She's into the sauce.
she has to calm her brain.
Yeah, calm the brain with the sauce. Got to get it on.
But I, anything for eating, I'll move mountains for her because she's freaking awesome.
She is. She's an amazing person.
Again, I question her a little bit, but
No, really. Let us know. Let the people know, where can they find you? How can they listen to your stuff? And when you actually do have the book out, where is it going to be?
The book's going to be everywhere, and I received some news this week that I can't release yet, but it's going to be out sooner than I thought because there have been some changes that I can't really announce yet.
Well, that's fine. It's okay.
It'll be out. So at Money Talk Mel on Twitter, if you want to follow the show. If you're bold enough to follow my political musings, you can do so at NJ GOP Diva. That's where most of my political musings are. My Facebook page is top secret, but you can follow at Money Talk with Melanie on Facebook.
Okay.
But my personal Facebook page is secret. That's top secret.
Nobody can see that. Well, nobody but Meta can see it, and the government.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, only them. And Melanie T. Collette on Instagram. Please do not send me anything about trading Forex or crypto or psychic readings. No. And also, it's not a dating app. Just want to remind.
Oh.
A little PSA.
Well, I'm just.
That IG is not a dating app. And no, there won't be pictures with me with less on. That's not going to be a thing.
So you're not going to be like that. You're not going to be like that one congresswoman out of
that was twerking on the beach.
No, we were on the beach yesterday, and I did not have the desire to twerk upside down. I don't want to break the internet. Number one, and number two, I feel like the GOP would not be good with that. And I hold a couple of leadership roles in the GOP, and I don't think that's
all right.
Well, I mean, it worked for the Democrat.
I mean, yeah.
Why not? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Should be.
And she's just a disgrace to black women. Like, you've made it, sis. You're an elected official, but let's twerk upside down on the beach.
Right.
Not talk about your policies.
And then
talk about all the wonderful things you've done for the community. Let's just twerk our big booty upside down on the beach. We should do that. That's what we should do. I ran for election before, and I think I've really missed an opportunity. I lost, and that's probably why.
That's why.
It was the lack of twerking in my campaign.
Yeah.
It was a twerkless campaign.
Yes. You see, you weren't thinking outside the box.
See, instead of working it, you should have been twerking it.
I see what you did there.
I want people thinking about different things except for my policies.
Sorry.
I really want my constituents to focus.
See, but hold on.
That's where you got it wrong.
You should. You wanted them focused on your policies or your policy?
Right.
See how that works?
How it works.
My policies typed in Times New Roman 12.
That's good.
My policies.
That's a good thing to have
Period.
tied to your policies. Yes. So, Dylan, you found.
I did. I left my eyeballs at home, so you're going to have to bear with me.
Oh, gosh.
You wanted an E word, right?
An E word.
For angry?
Yeah, an E word for angry.
Enraged.
Enraged.
The enraged educator.
Yes.
I think we found it.
Irate, livid, mad, outraged, rabid, rankle, Riley.
Irate begins with an I.
It does, but I mean, it's
close.
But I think that should be in there.
That also works.
It's close. No, but the only one I have is seen here is enraged. And enraged is way worse than just angry.
I feel irate just makes me sound like a
that might make you a little bit more militant.
Like just
yeah, you might be militant at that point, and they're going to be like,
which is about the energy. Once I start talking about the things that make me angry in public education, the energy is definitely irate.
So let's go ahead and go there. Let's dive in.
Tell me the worst thing.
The things
the
that
one
I
thing.
loathe?
The worst, yes.
Let's go.
Your show's only an hour. Like what?
Do you think we mind? Let's go.
So here's the biggest problem is why don't we care more about educating kids? Like I was very altruistic when I got into education. Really thought that that's where I'd be most powerful, be able to help those kids, et cetera, et cetera. And then I got there and I'm looking around. It just feels like no one is really concerned about that.
Well, hold on. Do you have to define by being concerned? Are you talking about being concerned as them growing up and becoming well-versed, independent, productive members of society with at least a baseline moral standard that they can kind of function on their own? Or are you referring to more of like a soulless homunculi that has the ability to be input whatever is fed into them from the schools?
Input job system here.
Latter. And well, here's the thing. I don't really teach anything important. Only computer applications, financial literacy, and economics. So, like, nothing that you need to know.
So, yeah, that's not stuff that anybody needs to worry about. That is an elective at best.
No.
Right. That's why we have politicians.
You will literally get emails from administrators or guidance people asking you, is there anything you can do about the 22 assignments that this senior has? And 22 is like not an exaggeration. This is a literal thing that's happened.
Yeah.
About the 22 assignments that he's missed, and school's over in 2 weeks. And is there any way that you can help him, that I can help him pass?
Yes.
And I'm like, you must think that I can invent a time machine.
No. Yes, I can. Yeah, I can. I can help.
And somehow he passed, even though he needed the credits for my class. I'm not suggesting that anything went down with that.
No.
But what I will say in my research in my PhD program, which I'm on a break from.
Yeah.
But the first whole part is research. And one of the things that I research is about grading standards. And there's only like 8 states that had to pass a law requiring that administrators don't change teacher grades. Why that law is necessary,
Wait a minute.
I don't know, because there's another law that says teachers must report accurate grades.
Yeah, they must report accurate grades. So
if you just like...
Do you remember the whole, no child left behind policy?
That left every child behind?
That was to say that immediately started leaving in the
No child left behind, right. So no child left behind policy. I was still in school when that came out. And when that came out, there happened to be a person in my school that literally never came to school.
Why do you think?
Did not go to school at all.
Relevant. They passed though, right?
And not only did they passed all 4 years consecutively throughout high school
and became valedictorian.
No, thank God. But they did get their GED basically for free. Like, they didn't do anything. They were out of school literally almost all year. Like, they came once a month. Maybe at that.
That happens. And like I said, it's a miracle among miracles. And I feel like the word is kind of out. Like, the students are like, yeah, I'm still going to pass. Like, literally, it'll say that right to your face.
Oh yeah, it's like, I don't care if I ever do your classes or whatever. It's not a big deal. Yeah, you know what could fix that though, right? You know what could fix that here. So, because you were talking about the one student with the 22 courses, 22 things that he has to do to pass the class and all. Yes, I can help you. I can help. That child has to stay after school for 2 hours a day in a study program doing those courses to make sure they're done until they're done.
But without me, because I don't get paid.
Oh no, not with you. Yeah. No. Just like in the library.
Right. Yeah.
Just in the library,
me.
Or with a teacher's
without
assistant.
Without you, with an administrator, because the administrator is going to pass them nonetheless. So why not have that person who gets paid hourly, not per student, but gets paid hourly or gets a salary that's well above a regular teacher's? Let them sit with the kid and go through the process. And then when the kid turns in all the stuff, they get a seat.
Stop calling them a kid.
Well, here's what's wild.
They're not kids.
Here's what's wild.
Under the age of 18.
That philosophy, happens to where they make up the stuff on their own. It's almost like they're saying that teachers don't do anything, which I also find a bit bothersome. Yeah. Like, like my classes are some kind of like write-in kind of thing, like remote, virtual, pen pal. What did they used to call it? Correspondence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like my talents and gifts as a teacher, my knowledge and experience, my education, none of that is relevant to the actual material that's being taught. I could just give it to you and then you could just do it.
Yeah.
And you don't even need me. And then I'm going to grade it and assume that you had no help with any of that.
Right.
That you didn't like Google it.
I mean, you nailed it. I don't see what the problem is.
No, kids would never.
Never.
I don't see what you're complaining about. That's perfect.
The fact that some of the answers will say answers may vary because they're looking at the teacher's edition. And one day I just randomly explained to one class, guys, you know when it says answers may vary, that's because I, as the teacher, have the knowledge to understand whether or not the answer is appropriate, and answers may vary means that I'm to read them and then judge whether or not it's an appropriate answer.
Based upon your response.
And the kids were like, you know that we do that? And I'm like, well, you put answers may vary. And I know they think that they just dragged me in off the street. I'm like, you have a middle school certificate. I have a whole master's degree and 20 years experience in education. But you know what? Outsmart me. Go ahead. You should do that. You could totally outsmart me.
It is adorable that they try,
you're 15.
though.
You're 15. I'm 52. And
just try. Just try.
Education and experience. Go ahead.
I love that they do try, though.
I've got.
You have to give them credit.
Well, hold on.
For effort.
No. We glossed over something just now.
What did we say?
She said, "You're 15." You are not 52, ma'am.
Oh, I am. I'll be 52 September 7th.
No, you're not.
That's a true story.
No, you're not. This is coming from a guy who's 35 and everybody calls 16. No, you're not.
Sir, 1970 to math is like super easy.
I don't believe you.
Well, it's true.
Engineer in the background. I need a license.
She's indisposed.
She's making her another drink.
Right.
She's like, this is good.
It's a true story. But they still think that they're smarter than me.
Well, let's be honest. Remember being a teenager, all teenagers think that they're smarter than any adult.
That's very true.
That is very true.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Sometimes they're right. Very, very few.
I was going to say, hold on.
Very, very few.
Who has a higher IQ, like I can tell.
Yeah.
They have a higher IQ than I do, probably.
Sure.
But what they don't have is knowledge and experience.
Right. And IQ is really just a basis of imagination.
Do not tell my engineer friend that.
That's not even a joke.
Very high IQ.
The reason why Einstein had a high IQ was because he had a huge imagination, not because he had a bunch of knowledge.
Imagination?
It's not all imagination. No.
Let's discuss this at dinner tonight.
It was the ability to think outside the box.
Right.
That's all it is. Because everybody that's taught stuff.
That's what IQ is.
Yeah. Everybody that's taught everything in school is taught, here it is, and it's packaged.
Imagination quotient.
Yes.
Right.
That's what IQ stands for.
Right.
It's what it needs to be.
That's what it should be.
It's really what it needs to be.
I'm getting a death stare from my engineer friend.
We're getting it too. I'm taking it. Full on.
Yeah.
Einstein would flat out tell you this.
She's like, this vacation is over.
I can't talk and defend myself. No.
It's not defending you. It's not a personal attack. Don't worry about it.
It's just all people with high IQs.
That's
all of them.
Exactly, because it's a standard is what it is. It becomes a standard, and then it becomes an identity instead of just becoming a number that's like, oh yeah, I have a high IQ, which means I can think outside of the box well beyond the people that are in the normal realm, because most people, aren't taught how to think outside of the box. We're all taught specifically how to run in a certain lane, and some of us really just aren't wired that way at all.
A lot of people aren't wired that way. I said it doesn't happen where I'm like, wow, this kid's freaking a genius, right? And I'm like, I gotta watch him. That's the kid that's gonna ask like questions that I may not know the answer to. Dear Google, what did this kid
what the heck did they just say?
I never thought about it. I'm like, wow, I never thought about that.
What did they just say? How did that even work? Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Be right with you. I'm gonna go grab a textbook.
Let me just go get some information.
So, being in education, you're a huge fan of like the unions, right?
Right?
Of what?
The teachers union.
Yeah.
You love them, right?
No,
Amazing,
I'm
right?
not. I'm not a
What?
big fan at all.
What?
Come on.
No, I thought like
No, but listen, I'm in a GOP, so I don't do union reps. I do lawyers. It's very simple.
It's the same thing.
it's just different. Yeah, it's
They both lie and manipulate the law.
That's okay.
And
as long
both
as
of
you're
them
lying
take-
and manipulating the law on my behalf.
well, I was gonna say, and both
Crazy administrators.
and both of them take. And both of them take almost the exact same amount of money. Just one takes it in one lump sum, and the other one takes it very slowly over a long period of time.
Facts.
From everybody.
From everybody,
These are
right?
Facts.
Yeah.
But I'm like, we have labor laws. What do we need a union for? And they don't help you unless you're tenured.
Now-
But tenure is already your protection. So how is the union helping again? Like I've run into numerous problems when I was an untenured teacher with administrators. Literally, it's the boldness and the audacity for me. Like I've literally had principals come up to me when they found out I'm a Republican. How in the world? Serious question. While I'm standing up doing lunch duty, minding my business.
Right.
Just minding my business. Vice principal walks up to me. How can you be a teacher and be in a GOP? Like I guess they checked their. We're checking our social media. And I did tell them when they hired me that I was involved in politics. Did I think that they would assume that I was a Democrat because I'm black and a teacher?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Did I take advantage of that low-key racism? Also.
Yes,
I
you did. Yes.
I never mentioned what party.
You just
I
said
think they
you were.
felt like they got a Trojan horse. They were very mad.
See, the best part is
so
technically,
upset.
and especially in today's society, even if you didn't have tenure, they probably couldn't try to fire you.
No, well they can. Do you know that politics is not a protected class? Like they can be like, you're a Republican, you're fired.
Right.
No, that's true.
But I'm sorry, your shirt says otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, this principal had written me a recommendation. That's how I became a professor. He wrote me a sterling recommendation.
Yeah.
All my evaluations were great until the very last one that happened to occur after he found out that I was a Republican. And then that one was not like so sterling. And they had this no zero policy. It's a policy. Part of what makes me irate is this policy that many schools have with grading, which is a no zero policy. You can't give a kid a zero. Even if they don't do the work, you can't put a zero in there because, get this, zeros very negatively affect your grade. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point of the
Wait a minute.
No,
hold on. I did not. Hold on. No. What?
That's cool.
What?
That's cool. That's
Hold
fine.
on.
That's fine. You get a 1.
No, hold on. Zeros?
No. Part of the no zero policy is you get a 70.
No. Hold on. No.
See, there's a 0 in 70. There's
slow
zeros
down.
in
Slow
70,
down.
so you
Time
can't
out.
do that.
Time out. Slow down. How long have you've known this?
Yeah.
That zeros negatively affect your score?
Yeah, I've known it. Yeah.
When the hell were you going to tell me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because math? Because of math?
I don't do math.
He's not a
I'm
math
horrible
guy.
at math, which is ironic because I do quantum mechanics. Anyway, I do physics and
weird
quantum
that, like,
mechanics, but I don't do
numbers
math.
Right?
But no,
He can talk the talk. He just can't do the math.
Oh, I know I understand it fully, but don't expect me to explain it to you. Like that's how I am with it.
Okay, hold
But
on,
anyway.
hold on. Now, here's the deal, okay? We're about to hit break. There's 2 things that can happen. 1, we can say goodbye, and I can ask you for all your social medias and all the rest of it again.
And you
or
can leave.
2, you can stay on with us for
another
the
half hour.
next half hour, and you can talk.
Here's the thing.
She got to go get drunk.
Everything around here closes at 10 for dinner.
Go get dinner.
And we're having a late dinner.
Quick. Where can people find you?
Because I
One
had
more
to do
time.
this hit, and my bestie has been like really patient.
Where can people find you? One more time.
Yes, find me at NJGOP Diva on Twitter or at Money Talk Mel.
Yep.
At Money Talk with Melanie on Facebook.
Yep.
And Melanie T. Collette on the IG.
There you go. Melanie, thank you so much.
This is Defenders Live.
I hate you right now
I know.
because I don't think I'm going to like this.
You're not. Why does it have to go over there?
Because it's the way it started.
Whatever.
But then it's going to turn around and bounce it right back.
Right here. Come on, start it up, buddy.
God pronoun so offensive to people, like it's a pronoun, get over it. And so I'm gonna say my pronouns real quick and why. So he spelled HY is because I'm agender and I just like the masculinity, but I don't want to be associated with men. That's why he HY, right? Then I have they them.
Did you get that so far?
No. One.
So she goes by one of her pronouns is he. But it's HY. So it's high.
That's high. That's not he.
Right, but it's that but she doesn't want to be associated with men, so she spells it HY.
And that's just me being like, you can use that. I'm okay with that. Like, pop off. It's like not my favorite, but go for it. I don't care. Zer, I'm fine with. Like, it's okay. I think it's better than they them, but it's kind of like the same thing.
And I also want to point out she's wearing earrings that says they them on it, and then she's complaining about they them.
Yeah, I caught that.
God is me validating my agenderness. Oh, fuck,
Wait, what? What?
What?
What?
What? What?
God?
Yeah, God
Is
now a pronoun.
Validating my agenderness because I don't view myself as a god. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in gods.
Oh, you dumb heifer.
Like the not feeling, but how it's perceived with me. So God, the reason why I use it is because as an agender person, I don't have a gender. So it's like I'm existing and I'm not existing at the same time. God.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I am a being and I'm not a being at the same time.
Mm-hmm. What?
Hold on.
Yeah.
She doesn't believe in God,
Right.
but she's an atheist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? She's an atheist.
Right.
But she's espousing to have a pronoun
Mm-hmm. That is
that is
specifically related
to something that she doesn't believe in, but she's associating it with that individual
because they are asexual.
I was gonna say because it meets quote unquote everything that she says she is.
Because she thinks
She's not.
she's saying that it's agendered, which is not correct.
You're.
It's asexual.
She at least said that, which I get confused now because does that mean what you only do you?
No, she's meaning like there is no gender.
No. The whole asexual thing because that's a preference. That means whatever you're doing sexually is involved in this camp of some kind.
Just herself.
Just herself. So she's one of these weirdos that will buy herself a ring, propose to herself.
I don't know.
Walk herself down the aisle.
Maybe that's true. Maybe.
Do like a Two-Face kind of thing.
Maybe.
Like the old Milli Vanilli.
I don't know, but I don't know.
Oh God, there's more.
Yeah.
Agender person. I don't have a gender. So it's like I'm existing and I'm not existing at the same time.
No, hold on.
Right?
Stop.
I am a being and I'm not a being at the same time. Like
Stop.
God. So
Stop.
She's a bean and she's not a bean at the same time.
I caught that. She is a bean. And not a bean.
At the same time.
At the same time. No, I'm pretty sure you can't exist and not exist at the same time.
You are not a concept.
Yeah. You're not thought. You're not consciousness. Okay? Okay? It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
I promise you, a consciousness and a thought would be a little bit smarter than to take spray paint and spray 2 dots on the side of your head. Just throwing that out there.
That's it.
Okay? You can't. Oh my God, this hurts. How much more?
that's why people can get offended. That's fine, but nothing else validates my agenderness like that pronoun. And so, if y'all want me to not be agender, that's fine. There's nothing on here. That's just like.
That's what she said.
So yeah, those are my pronouns, and that's why I chose God.
Those are her pronouns, and that's why she chose God as a pronoun.
You know, I understand, and again, just because you don't believe in God does your lack of belief does not negate his existence.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
okay,
I can at least be fair enough to admit that yes, until the time comes that we either meet him or don't, we're never truly 100% going to know. I will grant you that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to look awful foolish if you turn around and I'm right and you're wrong.
Maybe she thinks you're foolish.
Maybe she thinks I'm crazy.
But baby, you're nobody's fool.
Yeah. But I just might be the
lunatic.
You're looking for.
Yeah, it's a different song.
But I like the one I was doing too. But I'm just saying though, you know, you're going to look awfully silly when if it's found out that I'm right and you're wrong. Because I'm going to, just based off of the knowledge of that is if I'm right and you're wrong, then the God that you say doesn't exist is going to be really pissed off.
Well, not
he
really.
doesn't take he does not take kindly
to people taking
to people, yeah, right, who for any reason,
right,
okay, at all.
And by using the word God as a pronoun,
yeah,
for yourself,
right.
Obviously, that is why most people are not religious, is because they see themselves as the end-all, be-all of all things.
Right.
And put themselves on a high enough pedestal to where they don't believe there can be some higher being above them.
Right. And all I can say is you better hope for the love of God that you're right.
Well, I mean, if they're right.
That's what I said.
If this person's right.
She better hope to God she's right, because if she's wrong...
No, if she's right...
Yeah.
Then it sucks for everybody.
Not really.
It does.
Why? You're not going to be around to know it.
Right. It's just like...
That's what I'm saying. So who cares?
If you're correct, then nothing.
Yeah.
Then everything is literally nothing.
Right.
Any effect, anything that you do on this side of your life, and then, death is done. But anything in this small window of time that you have alive, if you do nothing that actually makes a lasting effect on the living world, then it's absolutely nothing. Then you were literally useless.
Well, yeah, but then again, if there's no God and if there's no anything, then there is no point to anything. Therefore, there is no useful and usefulness.
Yeah.
By definition.
So you might as well just not worry about it.
So who cares how you spend it, because it literally is all for naught, regardless.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And that's why...
Big bull striking jacket. I'll have enough faith to be an atheist.
It's very true.
It's
very true.
And like I said, but see, there's a thing. There's a difference between...
There's a lot of faith involved in being an atheist.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation, but yeah.
We've talked about that.
We have. But there's a difference between those atheists is just yeah, I'm just not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Just not feeling it. And then you have the atheists like this individual.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing. There's a difference between gay people and then people like this individual,
Right.
It's that whole, yeah, I don't match up, and we can have a conversation, and I haven't been convinced of it, or you haven't been convinced of it, or whatever, and we can kind of agree to disagree and walk away.
Yeah.
And then there's this heifer.
Yeah. Who, by the way, you still present yourself as a she.
Right.
Physically.
Right. I don't
care what your pronouns are,
yeah,
because that doesn't make any difference. But except for God, leave that one out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you'll be sorry.
Your next pronoun is going to be Jehovah.
No,
actually using his name as a pronoun.
No,
that's going to be the next thing.
Nah, because here's the deal: is the witnesses will be showing up at her door, mistaking her house for a kingdom hall.
Oh, that's true.
And then she'll have to change it. So no, that's not.
James also there on the Twitter. His or he's
Schrodinger's girlfriend.
As HY's Schrodinger's girlfriend.
I've always, you know what I would like to do, and I'm afraid to get it done.
Sure.
But I would love to find a way to get like an AI generator.
Yeah.
To do like a modern day, Hitler brawn type concept. You know what I mean? Again, just for stupids, just to see
on the AIs,
right? To see like, okay, what would Hitler and Ava Braun, if it's in 2022,
yeah,
what would that look like?
That's a good question, honestly.
And I wonder if Ava wouldn't look like this individual.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not. But then again,
that would be kind of funny, though.
I don't think so. Here's the deal, right?
Right.
Hitler, in particular, that's a once in like a 5 generation type of person.
True.
I mean, really.
And that's only because we're talking about.
And I mean, you have
his ability to get to the places that he did.
That's what I mean. Like he had to be in the right place at the right time, doing doing the quote unquote right things to get himself into those positions.
Right. He could not have pulled that off in any other point.
There are no other individual people that do that.
Right.
Okay. And I don't think there are people that have been born today that can do that. And with how society
they don't have the drive.
Well, with how society is run, I don't think it can do that.
No, that's what I mean. They don't have there's no ambition for it.
Right.
There's no ambition for it.
Nobody would like if he was born today or born in this generation, he wouldn't care.
No, I was gonna say I think he would be what it is going on right now, which is very much the whole everyone scream in the streets until somebody does something. Until the government does it for you.
Like he might do that.
But still,
he might have been in Portland.
Do you think he might? I was gonna say, do you think he would?
He might have gone to the Chaz Chase.
He probably would have. If I'm saying if Hitler was alive right now, I don't think he'd have the goofy mustache.
No,
he would not have the mustache. He would be.
No. I think the mustache was specifically because it was part of the times.
Might be, probably so. But that's what I'm saying. Like, can you imagine him with like
a full beard?
Yeah, and like a man bun.
Like a hippie?
No, it'd be like it would be dreads.
Oh yeah.
And he might, and again, he'd probably be wearing like the Kurt Cobain, the hoodie, the knitted hoodie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The grunge 90s.
The grunge 90s, like almost
pothead,
almost
hoodie.
Flannel.
Yeah. The knit one. Yeah, I can see him in that.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm just saying, it's.
Speaking of grunge 90s,
really.
Flannel nastiness. You know the Anthony Fauci, he's dying, right?
What?
I'm joking. He's just leaving.
No, that was like, wait a second.
He's retiring. You know he's retiring, right?
No, I knew that.
So he's been making the news rounds because of his retirement, and everybody's giving him Anthony Fauci, so many great things that you've done in our lives.
He's enjoying. He's making his lap around. He's wanting to hear.
He's making his last laughs.
Well, yeah, it's very much of a reminiscent of, he's hoping that a bunch of little orphan children will pop out of nowhere and start singing, goodbye, so long, farewell.
Right, yeah.
From, Sound of Music.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. Fauci has denied that the pandemic lockdown had done irreparable harm to anyone. And also decried that the so-called character assassination is what people are doing when they're critics of him using this.
Wait a minute, hold on.
When people say
that the economy
when people say that the pandemic lockdown messed up the economy and harmed individuals, the lockdown harmed individuals. Yes. That in itself is character assassination of Anthony Fauci.
See, here's the thing. How old is he? 80s?
752. I don't know.
I don't know. But he's up there. You would think at that age you would know that if you truly believed in what you did, and if you truly believed that what you did was right.
Yeah.
And it was truly the right thing. This is not even something that you would have to believe. If it was the right thing,
you wouldn't have to defend it like this.
Right. You wouldn't have to sit here and whine like a petulant little child and go, it's character assassination, you're hurting my feelings. So what?
You're getting a golden parachute after telling lies for the past 35, 40 years. No, 45. Almost 50 years. Almost 50 years of lies from you.
Well,
medical
maybe 40.
lies.
Yeah, either way.
Medical lies from you that have ruined the lives of millions of individuals across this world, not just in America. Because of your lies that then spread across the rest of the world, almost like a plague.
That's ironic. Just saying.
It is. You killed and damaged
The radio star.
just as many people as those viruses and illnesses that you've decried over the years.
That you've said have been a thing.
Right.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Because of the way that you said things spread. Like cereal boxes that have been touched by a gay person.
Hey, you know what? You got to watch out for
that
those
spreads the
cereal boxes.
AIDS, you know.
It does.
That spreads the AIDS.
It does.
Cereal boxes touched by a gay individual could spread the AIDS. Don't you know that?
Touched by a cereal box. I love that TV show.
Oh, I thought it was a pedophile.
No.
Touched by a pedophile.
No. You're thinking of Touched by an Angel. Which
Which
Harry Connick Jr.
Which had a
Coleman.
pedophile.
No, I mean.
Which had a pedophile.
Had an actual pedophile on it.
See, I was right.
This is called irony.
I was right.
It's just incredible how but when you live so disconnected from the entire world, it's very easy to sit there and say, no, nothing happened to you people.
Yeah, when you're making millions of dollars,
you're
doing absolutely nothing but running your gums.
Right. And I'd just be happy with making an actual honest living.
Running my gums.
Running my gums, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to have millions. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Just
give me enough to live.
Yeah, give me enough to pay my bills. I don't need to be rich or nothing like that. Just pay my bills. That's it.
Just pay the bills and go.
Yeah, I'll flap my gums all day long.
But, so there's other news with Anthony Fauci.
What now?
Well,
you keep teasing me and then threatening and scaring me all at the same time. I'm not a fan of this. What did he do now or not do now?
Well, it's not him specifically, okay?
It never is.
It's about him.
It always is.
Yes.
It's never about him, but it's always about him.
So obviously he's going to step down in December, okay? That's when he's stepping down.
Yeah, because he has to cross over the carcasses of all the dead dogs and stuff that he tortured and whatever. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Republican lawmakers such as, Rand Paul and Representative Darrell Issa, they vowed to keep investigating Fauci whether or not he retires.
Good.
Specifically about the things that he did to animals, to which the people of ethical treatment of animals is now celebrating that they're continuing the investigations.
Oh, I started to say, hold on a second.
They're celebrating the fact that Anthony Fauci is still going to be investigated for ripping out the vocal cords of puppies and then letting bot flies bite them.
He's not going to get in trouble. Y'all know that, right? Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. He can be investigated, but he's going to be so far removed from it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's going to be. He's the John Kevorkian.
He eventually, yeah.
He's the Kevorkian of.
Well, he's the financier of the Kevorkians.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's Kevorkian. He's the guy that comes in and goes, "Oh, you want it done? Yeah, go ahead and do it in my presence because I'm a doctor and I'll make sure that you don't, die.
That it's done ethically.
Yeah, it's just done ethically because death is an ethical thing.
Right.
It's always important there to maintain ethics during death.
Mm-hmm. It's so. PETA released a little tweet.
Good.
They said, "We'll miss you, Fauci."
Really?
After we pressed and protested him relentlessly for years, like the time when he made a mural of his face from photographs of dogs, monkeys, and animals trapped in labs.
They did that?
They did that. They made a mural of his face.
Wow.
Using animals being trapped in labs because he killed animals in labs.
Yeah, he did. Not so much as a worry or a wink of a blink.
And then we're celebrating the fact that the dinosaur is resigning early.
No, he's not resigning early.
It's not early.
Nope. But he's at a point where he's satisfied.
Yeah, he's good.
Which
he's
is just
happy.
Nuts.
He's happy. We may not be, but he's happy. See, they said under Fauci's direction, AID has tormented and killed millions of our fellow animals and pointless experiments from the tens of thousands of monkeys who have experimented using in the failed AIDS testing.
Yeah, that's
which
true
haven't
too.
produced a single vaccine to prevent HIV. Two, the puppies who experimented drugs on, partially locked in cages filled with hungry, infected sandflies. They then noted that Fauci's office is, quote, festooned.
Ooh.
With a life-size portrait of his favorite subject.
Festooned.
His own headshot.
Festooned. That's such a good word.
It's festooned with a life-size portrait of his favorite subject himself.
I challenge everyone tomorrow. You
To
try
use festoon.
Right. Find a point sometime tomorrow in your conversations with friends, family, loved ones, police officers,
We gave you an example of festooned.
IRS agents, whatever. Use festooned at least once in a sentence.
So festoon, to festoon, is to decorate, is to have decorative chains and strippings hanging between 2 points.
So there you go.
So it's streamers. It's to put up streamers.
Well, a chain or
A chain or strips.
Strip,
Yeah.
hanging between 2 points. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically what they said is they hung a portrait of.
Yeah. Festooned. That's so good.
Like, if to give an example of a festoon, on the back
Isn't that what you spit in whenever you're the Cowboys
no,
at the bar?
that's a spittoon.
Oh, a spittoon.
Spittoon.
Oh, I got it.
To festoon
Not a
is like,
festoon.
the wire on the back of a really big picture frame.
Yep.
That's a festoon.
That's festoon.
Yeah. To hang it is to festoon the picture. It's amazing.
I love it.
That's awesome. I like that. That's good.
So just, challenge to everyone. Just try.
Use festoon.
Just give it a whirl. It's fun to say.
It really is.
It really is. Find a way to squeeze in festoon in just an ordinary conversation and watch the jaws drop of the associates and folks around you as they will be forever impressed
by your verbiage.
by your verbiage, right? And again, I'm telling you, festoon. Just say it right now as you're listening to this right now. Just
Festoon.
Festoon. It's really
good.
fun to say.
Yes.
It's really fun to say.
We stopped using good words.
Yeah. Because we decided to, why try? Let's shrink the vocabulary. We have things to do and blah, blah, blah.
Easier to communicate that way.
Right.
Right. James over there on the Twitters. Trust me, you'll love Touched by a Cereal Box. It has Tony the Tiger doing they're great.
You'll love to be touched by a cereal box. You should have your Men's Warehouse guy on there. I guarantee it.
So the Steven Spielberg?
The guy who makes the movies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he owns a Gulfstream G650?
No.
He does.
Okay.
Gulfstream G650 is a private jet with a minimum price tag of $38.9 million.
Okay.
Can cost up to $60 million with all the bells and whistles.
Okay.
Annual budget for flying the G650 is reportedly in the neighborhood of about $2.9 million, mainly due to maintenance.
Okay. Your point?
Spielberg's private jet consumes 500 gallons of fuel per hour.
Okay. Your point?
The American driver, by comparison, uses an average of 656 gallons in a year.
Again, your point. I'm confused.
Spielberg is a big green house guy. He's a big global climate change.
I was going to say, hold
person.
on. You just clarified it then. Never mind, because the way you just said it was that he's very big
Green.
on
He
causing greenhouse gases.
He really is, but he's also very concerned about the greenhouse gases.
That he apparently is spewing,
Yes.
even though
Mm-hmm.
even though he's spewing, does he not realize
Mm-hmm.
the fact of that? Okay, this is.
By the way, when promoting the film Ready Player One in 2018, Spielberg claimed that global warming terrified him. He was terrified of it. Absolutely terrified.
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
let's just walk down through all this
Sure. Yeah.
and try and bring logic to an illogical situation.
Okay. Yeah.
This is Steven effing Spielberg.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. The man does not. The fame of this man is such that to get onto a public plane,
yes,
would probably make takeoff and landing, one
difficult.
might say, very difficult.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
It would be an agitation to him,
Sure.
to the crew and the
Yes.
file people, and a lot of passengers.
Right.
Okay. Because there's always going to be at least one jackass who's going to be irritating and annoying and fawning and
Here's
making
the thing,
this thing.
though. Hold on, before you get there. Okay. Before you get there. See, the Yard Group, they analyzed flight data from ADS-B Exchange, compiled by Jack H. Sweeney, Celebrity Jets, and determined that Spielberg's plane burned at least $116,159 worth of jet fuel during the 16 trips across 17,000 miles it's flown since June 23rd.
Again, so what? Other than the fact that he's like, oh, I'm scared of climate change.
Well,
and
here's
all
the
this
point.
Stuff.
Spielberg's exhaust accounted for 4,465 tons of CO2 just in 2022.
You know, it's a shame that we don't have trees or something to absorb all.
Oh, no,
of that
I'm with ya.
CO2.
I'm with you.
I mean, I'm not a genius or anything, but I hear that if we only had trees,
They could absorb the CO2.
well, actually, not even
If
just
we
absorb
only-
it. They actually breathe. That's
it.
how they breathe.
Yeah, I know. Not just absorb, but if we only had the oceans.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
If we only had oceans, vast oceans of water that absorb the CO2.
Yeah. If only.
If only.
It's too bad we don't.
Right. But for somebody who's very concerned about global warming,
You know,
he really helps global warming.
we live apparently on the planet, on Dune or in Dune.
Not yet. It's
No,
still
yeah.
it's still in conversion.
Because we don't have water or trees.
Well, it's still in conversion.
Also, they're trying to.
They've only planted a few of the sandworms, and so they've got to really build out.
Oh.
And it takes a while. That's
They're
why you have Nevada.
Death Valley. They're starting there.
Yeah, they started in like Death Valley in the Middle East.
Might as well, go the No,
Sahara.
Yeah, it's better to go to a place that's already built and ready for you instead of trying to build the terrain around you.
And then it'll expand eventually.
Right, eventually.
Desertification.
Like gentrification, only hotter
Right. And sandier.
and dirtier.
Ew.
Don't
Dusty.
don't ever wear white shoes.
Right.
That's all I'm
Because
saying.
that's not good.
Because they won't be white after a while.
Oh, and by the way, if you're a diplomat, you can still get away with rape.
Congratulations.
Good job. You can use your immunity of diplomacy to get away with rape
So,
in New York.
in case you were wondering.
Just so you know, that's how it is.
Yay.
Anyway, guys,
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We
Yes.
appreciate it. Go to DOAEshow.com. That's DOAEshow.com.
that's where you can find us.
Become a defender with us. Help us keep things going and moving. So many good plans.
It's almost like we're going to excel forward.
It would be a good thing is to be excelling forward.